In this video, we're going to go through a complete guide on how to get your real estate license in the state of Texas and start your career this year. Let's dive right into the video. My name is Chris with the Empire Real Estate YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about real estate, entrepreneurship, and personal finance to grow your real estate empire. If you like this kind of content, smash the like button and subscribe. Before we get started, I want to offer you my How to Get Licensed in Texas and Start Your Real Estate Career guide for 2023. If you want a copy of that guide, click the link down below and download it. In the guide, you'll find all kinds of tips and tricks on how to study for and pass your exam, best real estate schools to study for your exam and get your pre-licensed education out of the way online, along with a lot of other things that you're going to want to know about getting your license and starting your career. So feel free to check that out and get your copy down below. So let's talk about a couple of the major reasons why you might want to get your real estate license this year, because I've been there. I started this career about 7 years ago, and now fast forwarding to today, I am successful at it. It's opened a ton of doors for me, and I even have a award-winning real estate team that operates in my state. So this is totally possible if you're a dreamer, if you're an entrepreneur, and you're a big thinker that wants to start a business that has fairly low startup cost and can turn into something really big, then this can be the industry for you. So let's dive into some of the things you have to do to get that license and get that door open so you can start your career. First things first is you're gonna have to meet some of the basic requirements to actually get licensed and get approved by the Texas Real Estate Commission in order to get your license. Those things are some simple things like being 18 years old or older and being a US citizen or a legal alien in the United States. So next, you're gonna have to complete the pre-license education hours. Before you get started, make sure you actually find a approved school that's approved by the state of Texas. You don't want to spend time doing classes if they're not going to count. The classes we recommend is Real Estate Express. They have some really good classes that you can find online, and they do an awesome job. So if you're interested in that, there's an affiliate link down below, and you can check out and see if they have any sales going on for their pre-licensed classes. Now, these classes are 180 hours in the state of Texas. You have to complete all these hours before you can get your license and take your test. So get started on that as soon as you can and start chipping away towards that. And if you're anything like me, you might be working on this while you're still doing your regular 9-to-5 job. And that's why I love taking these classes online, because you can do it at your time when you're out of work, when you have some free time to jump on the computer and do some coursework. And that's what I love about doing pre-license education online. And that's one of the best things that you can do to start working towards your goal of getting your real estate license. So once you complete those 180 hours, you want to start with your background check. So what they're gonna do is you're gonna get your fingerprints done, you're gonna get a background check, and you're gonna just get checked out and make sure you don't have any felonies or a criminal record that would limit you from getting your real estate license in the state of Texas. Now, if you do have a felony on your record, you can still check with the Texas Real Estate Commission and see if they're willing to make an exception for you. But before you do all this work, if you know you have something there, I would reach out to them and see if they're going to be open to the idea of letting you get your license before you spend all this time and energy on pre-licensed education classes and all the work that it takes to get your license. Once you complete that, it's time to take your exam. Now, this is the scary part, and this is the part that a lot of people get nervous about, and a lot of people fail this part of the process, and they have to go back, pay another fee to take the exam, and it's really frustrating. So let me give you a couple quick tips that you're gonna want in order to make this process smooth and easy. Number one, come back for the hard parts of the exam that you're just not sure about. If you don't know the answer, skip over it, fill out the answers that you do know, and then come back to the challenging question that you're just not 100% sure about. Number two, use the process of elimination technique. This technique basically has you mentally cross off the answers that don't fit the question, and that will leave you with one or two answers that could be a good potential match. Using this will give you a higher probability of getting that question right, even if you don't know and you're not 100% sure. Number three, take your time. So many people rush through this exam and they finish early and then they fail. because they didn't need to rush. You have plenty of time. In fact, most people finish the exam early, even if they take their time and read the questions 2 or 3 times over before they submit their answers. Number 4, no second guessing. If you think you know an answer and you are confident, be decisive, put pen to paper, and submit your answer. Second guessing is only going to make you go back on things and get things wrong. So trust me from experience, you don't want to second guess. A lot of these questions are set up in a tricky way and they're worded in a tricky way. So just put pen to paper and answer the question if you are confident, and be decisive. Once all that's done and you finish your exam, you're going to walk out of the testing center and you're going to be able to get your results. Once that happens and you have a 70% score or higher and you pass both the state portion of the exam and the law portion of the exam, you can start applying for your real estate license and finding a sponsoring broker. Now, one of the big keys to success in this industry is finding a sponsoring broker that's going to mentor you and show you the right way to be successful. This industry has a 87% failure rate. That's right, it's 87%. So that means out of your entire class, if there's 100 people in your class, only 13 of those people are going to succeed and make this a career for themselves. The other people are going to fail out of the business and they're never going to make a sale or they're never going to make any money. Luckily, I was one of the 13% in my class that made it out and became successful. And thankfully, I found a great mentor. I found a great brokerage. And a lot of my success came down to finding that brokerage. So I want to give you a couple quick tips that you can use to find your next brokerage so you can have a higher probability of succeeding in this new career. Tip number 1, don't focus on the commission split only. Commission splits are important, but so many new agents make the mistake of focusing only on the commission split and not on the value that they're actually getting for that commission split. I made this same mistake when I got started and I almost paid for it in a big way. But luckily, I got a great split and a great mentor. That doesn't often happen. Usually, the higher the split, the more support you're going to get. This isn't always the case, but in a lot of cases, this is how it works in this business. So I would focus on the split last, and the first thing I would focus on is finding a quality mentor that's going to be there with you, walking you through the process step by step. Number 2, you actually want to find somebody that has a real mentorship program in place. Many brokerages say they have mentorship programs, but all that mentorship program is a phone number to a experienced agent in the office that will answer your phone when they're available to answer your questions. Now, this is okay, but in my opinion, most new agents need a lot more structure. And to get that structure, you're going to want a mentorship program that is mapped out with some kind of step-by-step curriculum to follow so you have a higher probability of success. Just a phone number and somebody to talk to oftentimes isn't enough. This industry is hard. This industry is packed with a lot of competition, and you want something that's going to give you a complete outline plus contact to a local mentor that can answer your questions in real time. So, are you thinking about getting your real estate license in the state of Texas? If yes, I'd love to hear about it. And if you just passed your exam, drop that in the comment section below, as it will be great motivation for agents that are looking to pass their exam and get started with their career. If you like this kind of content for real estate entrepreneurship, smash the like button and subscribe. We come out with useful content on a weekly basis. Thanks so much for tuning in and have an awesome day.